Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I will present Docker MCP Toolkit, where we have MCP servers. So here we have 272 MCP servers right in Docker Desktop that can be run in a containerized way. For those who are not familiar with the term MCP, MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and I have a whole video, guys, where I talk about MCP. I will put a link to it in the video description, so don't hesitate to go and watch it. Using MCP servers is very useful, guys, especially when you are working with AI agents, because all these servers can be used as tools given to the agent, and the agent can decide which tool to use depending on the user query. But having them in Docker Desktop even adds an additional advantage. And to see this advantage, we need to look at the way to set up a MCP server without using Docker MCP Toolkit. So let's take a look at this. Here is an example from Cursor documentation to show how to install a MCP server. Let's take this example where we use a JSON file. So as you see here, to set up the MCP server, we need to install packages like npx here, and other dependent packages might be installed. Other servers might be used as well. We might not know if we could trust these servers or not. Would it be secure to give these servers access to the host file system? We will need to set up the API key as well. And of course, guys, we don't want to have API keys in static files, right? And we have to do this for every MCP server that we want to set up. Now, with Docker MCP Toolkit, these problems have been solved. You don't have to install packages. The MCP servers will be running in a containerized way. Configuration is easier. You can set credentials and access in a single dashboard and in a secure way. So before showing you how to set up all this in MCP Toolkit, let's take a look at a real case example where our AI agents need to have access to these kind of tools. To give you some context, here I created a toy issue where I request to replace this snippet of code by this one and using Hugging Face instead of OpenAI. So if we go to the local repo, we create a new chat with Copilot and we choose the agent mode here. And let's ask the agent to list the open issues in the remote repo. Here the agent is asking about the remote repo. Here the agent is trying to fetch information about the open issues from the remote repo. We have a not found states. The agent continue to look for solution, but we still not have any answer related to the query, which is normal because the repo is private and the agent does not have any access either to GitHub or to the repo. And this is how having MCP server is useful, and in this case it's gonna be the GitHub MCP server. Let's look at this in Docker MCP Toolkit. Let's look at it here. So let's type GitHub, and here we see that we have a GitHub official server. So let's look at it. Here we have the server info, and we even have the tools associated to the server. And if we look at some of them, or even look at the one that we need in our case, which is this one, list issues, this would answer to our query that we asked our agent, because with this, the agent will be able to list issues in the repo in question. And of course, supposing that we've already set up the GitHub MCP server. To do so, we need to go back to the MCP Toolkit main page. We go to the authorization section. Here we have the GitHub MCP added, and we need to authorize MCP Toolkit to access to the GitHub account. We click on authorize. We'll have a web page open where you give authorization to your GitHub account. You click on authorize Docker. Once it's done, you will see login code received for GitHub, and you will see that you are authorized here. So at this level, guys, we have the authorization between MCP Toolkit and GitHub, but now we need to connect vscode to the MCP Toolkit. To do so, we go to MCP clients. We have a bunch of MCP clients that we can add easily here by clicking on connect. But when you don't see the needed client, you can do it manually. So here we have vscode, we click on it, we have a command to run, we copy the command, we go on vscode, we have you search for MCP add server. I have it here because I used it recently. I click on MCP add server, I have command, I paste the command, I give a name to my server, I will call it MCP Docker, I click enter, I want it to be available globally, and finally you will find your MCP configuration added here. It's to be noted, guys, that in my case I updated the configuration to make it work because I'm using WSL, which is the Ubuntu integration in Windows. So I've been through some errors when I tried to make it work with the default configuration. I might create a video especially for this because it wasn't kind of straightforward to make it work, or don't hesitate to ask me in the video comments if you need more details about that. So now we have it here. We can even start our server, and here we see that our server is running. Let's close this. Now let's start a new chat with our agent. We ask the agent the same question, but in this case we will start with checking out the available tools. So here we see the MCP server that we added. We see it among the available tools. We select and add the tool with the other tools, and now we ask our agent the same question. The agent is asking about the remote repo. We see that it's running the MCP server that we've just created, and here our agent listed the issue that I have in my project. We have the name of the issue, the description, who created it, and if we click on the link, it even takes us to the issue itself, which is here. This is wonderful, guys, isn't it? So thanks to the connection to the GitHub MCP tool, which is running locally in Docker, the agent have access to the needed information related to the created issue. So let's summarize what happened here in these few seconds when we asked a question that needs a tool to be used by the agent. So the tool request was sent to the MCP Toolkit running in the container. This lashed the container of the MCP server. Credentials were injected. The API call to the GitHub was made. The response is back from GitHub. The container is stopped so that we don't have the container running anymore, and the agent has the needed context to answer to my query. And you can even go more far, guys, by correcting the code, commit the code, push it, and even create a PR directly from here because our agent has all the tools to do so. This is amazing, guys, isn't it? This was for only one tool that I added to my agent, but don't hesitate to add other tools. You have DuckDuckGo, you have YouTube transcripts, you even have Playwright MCP tool. So I definitely advise you to add some other tools and see how the agent choose among them depending on the given query. This is it, guys, for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't hesitate to ask me questions in the comments. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to have more videos like this one, and see you next time.